Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how I made this tiling water animation in aseprite. And so what I have it set up here is, I actually deleted this frame accidentally. I have it set up here that there's basically a layer behind. I called it piece because it gives me peace to not see this checkered, which is really contrasting. And I have a water shape right now. And what I want to do is I want water to be constantly bobbing up and down because this will be a repeating animation. So I've set up my onion skin here. When I go to frame 2, I can kind of see faintly the lines of my previous frame. And I kind of want to make like this wave. I want it to move to the right, but I also want it to sort of grow and then kind of fade. So I'm going to draw the line a bit more like that. So now this goes from here to here, right? So it does this, goes up, and then on frame 3, I want this to kind of start raising, but I also want this to sort of start fading, right? And what I'm doing is I'm making this second drawing, the actual third line, I'm kind of fusing it to the left here. That way it'll help me kind of suggest the motion. A thing I can do though is to make sure that I get a good impression of what's happening. I can go into view and tile mode, and I can pick tile in x-axis, which is going to tile this once each side, but only on the x-axis, which is going to be cool now because I can go and take away my onion skin and kind of scrub and see what's happening, right? So already there's a little bit of motion. There has to be consequence to this first frame, so I'm going to have to draw like a little drop here, and then on the frame 2, an onion skin again comes in handy. I want to do like a little blop right there. So when you take it away, it just goes blop, and then probably fades, but drops a little. So on frame 3, I'm going to kind of like drop it 1 point, just 1 pixel there. So frame 4, I kind of want to build this wave up again. So I'm going to gradually grow it here, but I'm also going to have this one kind of fade. And I have to make sure that they all blend together. That one should be deleted. It's a little difficult to see blue on blue, and it's not really that bright because I don't want to phase myself with increasing contrast. And let's get this dot lower. The idea of having this dot actually lower is going to be interesting because it's going to provide us with, maybe that's a little too much, to be fair. So let's get rid of all of that. Let's just do 4 pixels, and then I'll color them in. So actually this one should be higher. Goes up a little, actually should go up even more on frame 2. So goes up and then has to come down. Okay, and then as it comes down, it should crash into that water again and make it kind of go up. So frame 5, onion skin again. Frame 5, I'm gonna have this kind of almost flat. I think I might have painted a little too many pixels there. There we go. Is there a shortcut for onion skin? Maybe there is, I just don't know it yet. Okay, so it goes, at this frame it should be hitting, so I'm going to do some splats. One there. You can see I'm not as versed in aseprite as much as I am in Photoshop, but it's a cool software, and it's very cheap. And it's made specifically for pixel art, so that's a good thing. Okay, let's look at the animation the way it is. So right now, these waves pan to the right. That little drop is going to hit again. Okay, there's a little bit of misalignment here, which is not bad. You can kind of use that to make layering, because I'm going to add layers of water in the back. So they go like that. They drop, the droplet hits here. Maybe I should pull all of this down a little. Can I do that? Can I do that just by shifting? Oh, no, I just want to shift that, not the whole thing. Move tool. Nope, just nope. Okay. I'm not going to investigate further. I'm just going to paint everything lower because I don't have time to figure stuff out that is basic. You can scream at the screen if you want, if that helps you deal with the fact that I don't know a basic shortcut or a basic way to do this. Anyway, okay, go and drops. Cool, and that's gonna make it pull up again. So that's gonna do a little bit of wave, little drop. Okay, and then actually let's put a couple of pixels there. And I'm looking at this for I want it to end like frame 1, right? So actually I can copy frame 1 and paste it after frame 8, but I kind of trust my instincts on this one. So onion skin can be cool, but sometimes can be very distracting. Okay, so hits there, pulls it down, and then it's just gonna kind of whirlpool, not whirlpool, but it's gonna bump up like that. Okay, so that's not clean, but I think this is where I want to go. And then frame 8 is going to be the predecessor to this one. And now I probably think like I want to copy this. So Alt N, that's one shortcut I know, and I'll paste this in here. It didn't work. Control C, Control V. Nope, doesn't work. Okay, copy, paste. Okay, that's good enough. I'm going to delete it anyway in a bit. So onion skin. Right, so that gives me a clear indication of what I want. The problem is it's coming back a little, but I guess it's fine. Let's take away onion skin and let's get out of this. So Alt C, as far as I remember. Yeah, there you go. Play. Okay, so it's kind of doing what I want, but I need the water to actually move up and down a bit more. So this is where probably the moving shortcut actually comes in. So all this water should be lower. So I was actually doing it right. No, just this one later. And then, yeah, there we go. So that should have a bigger up and down bop. Let me look at this further away. I don't like that it's coming back so much, so I need to address how fast it's moving. So I want to probably move it over here. Actually, it's just this one layer. Move it over here, and then move it slightly over here. Then slightly over here, slightly, and then this one's just like 1 pixel. Okay, I'm not sure if I like how these stay so close together, but we'll see what happens. Let's connect these areas. Okay, this was a big drop, so I need to drop this before. Maybe that was a little too big of a drop. Connect. There's one feature I really like about aseprite, which is the pixel perfect. So as you draw, it keeps you from having like steps like that on a curve, which I really don't like. I mean, personally, I don't like. There's people who do like it. I don't agree with those people, but to each his own, or their own, actually. Okay, so erase. Let's play. Okay, so I think it looks better. It still looks like it's coming back, and I think it can play around with the background layer to fix that. But more than that, this area over here looks like it's not moving at all, ever, right? So let's address that. So that should move. So maybe in this frame, we could actually have this go up a little bit more. So then it's not the same wave, it's just kind of happened to be there. Let's get this one coming up as well. No, that's worse. Okay, so let's go back to that. Maybe have this bump up over here. That's a funny wave. Okay. Okay, connect. And that, no. You're gonna have to drop a little bit, because otherwise let's just stay static. Nothing ruins an animation like having stuff stay in the same place when they shouldn't. Because then people go like, oh, I expected that to move. What happened? You don't want to foil people's expectations. Okay. I don't think I like this bit here at the end. What if I shifted this like quite a lot? Just went like that. And this shifted over here. Oh, actually, just that shifted over here. Okay, let's see what that does. Okay. It does feel like the water is actually bouncing the drop up rather than the drop being the thing that deforms the water. Okay, so let's stop this and look at why it's happening. It hits, connects. Okay, it should be pulling up here. It should be doing this. Maybe not now, maybe in the next frame only, but it should be doing that. Whoop, whoop. Okay, I think that makes sense now. And then frame 1 again. Maybe on this frame, actually, this should be a little bit more thinner at the base because the water is kind of stretching to let the drop exit. I think there's very little difference to it now. Okay, so let's add a background layer. We're going to pick a different blue, test it out. Okay, that looks cool. And we're going to frame 1 where we can clearly see loads of water, right? Actually, let's do it a little bit higher. Frame 2, let's try that onion skin again. Very confusing. Awesome. We want to actually make the water in the background higher. Than the one in the front, and then have it like drop. I'm kind of moving it around because it kind of helps me figure it out in a way. Moving it to the side kind of helps me keep track of where it should be. Okay, let's take. That's bizarre. It's a bizarre way to look at it. Okay. Okay, there's a bit of stretching there. It's like a caterpillar where it's like bending to move. There's a big leap there. Okay, this should be more like that. I actually think that this is something I should be painting in with like the flood fill tool. Should it work? That's not it. This is it. Okay. Because this will give me a better. What's the flood tool? Oh, G. Of course, it's G. Okay. And then one more. I just want to make sure that I have a clear shape. Ooh, okay, there's a huge step. The water just completely calms down. That makes no sense. Okay, and then G. Okay, it comes from here. So it should be getting a bigger step, which makes sense because it's the last frame. As far as I remember, the water's coming in, yeah, right there. Okay, let's see what this looks like moving. Okay, there's a little back and forth over here, which we can see like going front, and then over here it's jumping back quite a lot. And then it's kind of like retaking that motion and then just going back again. So a lot of mistakes there. So that is probably too much. So let's go like that and erase here. Next frame will go like that and erase here as well. Because what I wanted to do was I wanted to get that nice contrast between the front shape and the back shape. I wanted them to be off sync. Like in sync but off phase, if that makes sense. So now there's a pause. Okay, at frame 8 they move Actually, that's a big jump, so we can fix that here. 2, 3. That's a big jump as well. Fix that there. There's a huge jump. I think I might be moving a little. That's also a big jump. Am I slowing this down? 7. That's a smaller jump. Okay, that makes sense. So if we go back to the previous frame, we can actually make this movement a little less exaggerated. And this one should move way more. Okay, erase. And then this should go over there and get erased over here. Right, okay, so that should be more, yeah, it's smoother, cool. So that's my animation for water, and the work now would be to actually shade this. So let's do that. Okay, so this is the result of all that shading. There's a little bit of anti-aliasing, which is basically a result of me wanting to shade the darker tone. And there's also highlight on the water to kind of sell those peaks of the water shape itself. Right, now, the next thing to do is try and add a little bit more layers of water. And the idea for that is just to establish a horizontal line. Deleted this information from this frame. Now I need to copy this frame and paste it onto the other ones. There we go. So now I'll take this, just this shape, and actually move it around a little bit to kind of follow along with the waves, but not as fast. Right, because I don't want that to be as fast as the rest, and it kind of is interesting to see it kind of mingle with the shape behind it. So I'm trying to meet the same spot there, but I'm doing like at half speed. And then a little bit more, and it's okay that it touches this shape in the middle ground because it's kind of the point. So let's copy this first frame over here and see how different we need to do it. So I'll just paint over these bits. Yeah, there we go. So now we should have a little bit of water in the background as well. So I think this is what we wanted. And I think I'm done, and I'm fairly happy with how it came out. I hope you guys enjoy the process, that you learned something, and I'll see you again. Take care.